It's the final reject story. We know we're at Bologna, and we know it's team violence. All that's left now is to make it happen. So we land at Bologna, but that's not really the story, is it? The story's going to be which one of this team, or if any, are going to be our absolute nutters. Having a quick look, we might be struggling. This guy, 6'1", but aggression levels of 10. That's not what we need. Now we're talking with a bit of Scottish grit in Lewis Ferguson. Aggression 16. This is a good time to tell you what I'm looking for from this team violence and these ball-win midfielders. So we'll take Ferguson, for example, because he looks to be a decent option. What I want is aggression. Oh! Bravery. Determination. Tackling. Work rate.
This game is brutal.
Those I would be happy with. He hits the mark on most of those. Now, he's going to be our most creative, violent man because he's not that bad. He's passing 15. He's decent. Having looked at the other midfielders though, it was pretty clear that we're going to need somebody else. Fabian, just too much of a nice boy. Not for us. I set my parameters out. I've gone for attribute searching of aggression, bravery, decisions, work rate, tackling, all of at least 15. I was great with loads of options. Because of the financial situation, we only got a handful of players in. One was Romeo, formerly of Barcelona, but look at this, aggression 16, bravery 17, teamwork 18, tackling 17, perfect. And then just to show how ridiculous this challenge is, I went to the German 3rd Division and signed Daniel El Fadli, a Libyan German who's bang average, but he's an absolute lunatic. Time for the tactic build. Now I said at least 3 ball-winning midfielders, but I just feel like playing 4. Which has led me to version 1. Now this is probably going to change quite a lot, but thoughts?
Never.
So obviously, what dominates this is the 4 ball-winning midfielders. We've got 2 deeper, 2 higher up. Now the reason I put wing-backs there is because the guys in ball-winning midfielders aren't really going to offer us much going forward, so I'm going to push them up and just take a risk. But Giovanni Fabian is class, and he's just about forced his way in. He's just borderline aggressive enough. Him and Ferguson are going to have some team instructions to try and make that role a bit more expressive. We've taken more risks, dribbling more, and I'm asking them to run a bit wider.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
To my surprise, we started off pretty well, you know. First game was completely dominant. And in the second game, away to Palmero, we won a 5-3 classic. And check out the match performance down there. The midfielders doing well. We got another win against Lecce. But what was starting to creep in was this. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bookings. Here we go.
Are you ready?
The first bad defeat of the season came at home to AC Milan, which was not helped by our first red card from the centre-back. That was our first defeat. A little clutch of games where we weren't great, but we got it back. And then the performance of the season. Ball-winning midfielder through to Orsolini. He lays it across. How'd you like that? 4-0 against Lazio. And a rake of bookings. So in mid-October, we're sitting pretty in 5th. We've only lost that 1 match. But we were top of the league on the most important one. Fouls made. Clear. Yellow cards, sitting in 2nd. Must do better. 5th. I will take that all day. If we can see out the season here and kind of keep 10 men on the pitch throughout, I don't know which will be the biggest achievement. Now let's be clear, Romeo, who is now 36, is having a disastrous season really in terms of average rating, 6.57, and more importantly for me, he's got no yellow cards. The ball-winning midfielders were acting like saints, but Orsolini got in the swing of things. Was that a cheeky red card for an elbow? Yeah, definitely was. Since that Lazio game, we haven't won that many matches. We're not losing many, but it's looking a bit shady. We're sitting 9th in January, and we've got good links in the midfield area. The ball-winning midfielders are quite enjoying it. The 2 defensive ones don't really get on, so we'll have to look at that. But yeah, we're going to have to change something because I think we're on a bit of a decline.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. We interrupt this video to show you that I have actually made another tactic on this with 3 ball-winning midfielders. I'm going to stick it in Patreon, but check out these results. So with this tactic, we finished 3rd. There was less emphasis on breaking bones and destroying things, less story, better tactic. So I'll stick that one in Patreon so you can have a good look at that one. If you'd like to support me more, jump over into Patreon. I post loads in there. And there's 3 or 4 different tiers to choose from. Now back to the most important thing, the story. It's all about the story.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
From 5th to 9th isn't pretty. We've only lost 4 matches though. But more importantly, we are still clear at top of fouls made. By the way, Lazio are dirty as well. They're second for fouls and they're top of yellow cards. They've just nudged us off the top of yellow cards and we sit second for red cards. Come on, boys. So I decided to make some little changes to the tactic. I kept Undoy as a wing back, but I dropped the left side back a bit to full back attack. And I went to an attacking mentality. It seemed to have helped the links in the central midfield because now, for some reason, Romeo and El Fadli get on better. We responded really well and a great draw away to Napoli. And probably the performance of the season in the Cup away to Atalanta. Orsolini hat-trick, what a baller he is, and a couple of bookings for the record. That change led to some good results, annoyingly knocked out in extra time by Roma of the quarterfinals of the Cup. But performance of the season in Serie A with a 7-2 home win. End of the season we tailed off badly, losing 5 out of 6, which led to us finishing a disappointing 10th. However, Bologna and Team Violence, they didn't let us down because we got a moral victory. In the table that really mattered, we finished top, fouls made with a massive 591. Top of the yellow card division as well. Fouls made per game, top of that.
I might smash into somebody.
Red card Palmero, trumpers to that. Tackles, 1 ratio, a respectable 4th.
4th.
Interceptions, top of that.
Heritage.
How about opposition passes per defensive action? Second only to AC Milan, so there's some potential here. That was the final version of the tactic we used. Wreck It Ralph, you can see all the play basically focused down the right wing back who's Undoy, that we retrained him to be there, but the chemistry between our 4 maniacs in midfield was beautiful. I wouldn't be scared to use 4 of those again, you know. The only issue you'll have with playing 4 roles like that is the lack of attacking output. We did get 8 goals from Ferguson and 7 from Fabian. But yeah, if I had my time again, maybe just play 3 of them.
I didn't say it.
But most importantly, the board were happy. They did not at all, at any point, put us under pressure. They were buzzing with it and they gave us a B- at the end, so they're well happy. What that does mean is all 5 challenges are now done. We got sacked once, only by Juve. The rest of the time, we did alright. Now, as always, I'll stick that tactic in Patreon. I wouldn't use it though, I'd just use it as something to work off maybe and build your own. If you do get a good one, I know some of you are having a good go at it. Let me know how you do. Player instructions are on the way for that tactic, but for now, the reject story, those 5 tactical rejections from the football world, they did okay, I think.